Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Laureli Shimayo. This is our MeWe Awakening panel for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest and lots of them online, including this one. This is our training panel. The theme is anything and everything. We have 5 practitioners in training that are new at sharing their work, new at sharing on a stage with an audience, or opening to a new modality. And so they are here today being supported by a couple of us while they answer your questions. It's half price. It's free to be here to listen and learn, and it's half price to ask a question of the panel since it is our training panel. I will get a bit more information in the chat for you about who everyone is and how this works. Overall, just the general, Susy and I are supporting the panel tonight. So we'll introduce ourselves first, just giving everyone a little bit more of a demo of the introduction. And then the practitioners in training you'll have like 2 to 3 minutes each to share about you, your background, the different modalities you practice. If you want, you can share a little about how you started and opened to your modalities. It's really open to you what you want to share tonight. If you have any specialties of types of topics you work with people on, you can share all those kinds of things. And then we will transition to answering the audience's questions. It is 16 to 20. Oh, no. What's our low price? Our low price, half price today is 8 to 24 to ask a question of the panel. $4 for BIPOC, and we ask that you pay before you ask a question, and we will get you in line. So we don't do free. What do I say? So if you want to ask a question and your question is like, what are messages for me? So you can ask very openly about that. We don't do the readings for free at the panel. It is a price. We do have another event that's called our fair, and that's August 15th. And we usually answer about 4 questions for free in a panel format at that event. So if that's what you're looking for, come on back to that one too. We do also, and I'll put this in the chat in a little bit here. If you give us some feedback on today, we'll put you in a drawing for a free 30-minute session with one of us of your choice. So that is a way that you can get a free session from being here today too. All right, I'm going to go put some more information in the chat, and then Susy, could you leap in and share a little bit about what it is being a practitioner or being a training practitioner here, supporting the panel, and about who you are and what you do?
Hi, I'm Susy Parker Goins of Blue Lightning Healing and Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. My path started, I'd like to say I'm a lifelong psychic, and I have been, but I spent a lot of time stuffing it down. So I opened up to tarot cards and went from channeling and doing all sorts of things from there. And one of my basic beliefs is that we can all do this. It's just what twist on it, what little shift in it that one needs to make it resonate with them. And so sessions with me include that sort of, let's make divine accessible to you. And I use my channeling, energy healing. I'm a Reiki master. I also look at past lives, and all of it is geared towards helping you clear the path for a heartfelt life. I have like over 100 podcast episodes on Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. You can get that on Amazon Music and Spotify, Anchor.fm, several other platforms. And you can actually access it on my website at bluelightninghealing.com. I forget about that. But to be able to encourage other people to grow in their gifts, to be more comfortable with them, that really fills my heart with a lot of happiness and joy, because I think that, love is love, and however it manifests, that's all kinds of old songs are popping in my head. It's like, no, that's what we get to do in this life. So if you have any questions or want to set up an appointment, you can contact me at Susy, SUSY, at bluelightninghealing.com. And thank you all so much for supporting our new folks here and supporting each other, creating community.
Thanks so much, Susy. And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I read your eyes, read your soul, and then help you better understand your soul purpose. And I answer questions to help you get on your path so that you're sharing your life purpose, being able to step along your life purpose in your career path, if that's of interest to you, so that you can better understand other people you're in a relationship with. If you show me photos of them, and we can talk about interactions and what's challenging and what's easy and how to make the relationship better and better. I also use this work for matchmaking, helping you find people that are a great fit for you. And I'm a coach. So my body psychology coaching, I'm using that all the time, intermixed with my intuitive work. I notice subtle cues about your voice, your tonality, spaces in the way you speak, your body posture, as you share little ways you might move or even itches that you have, like all that stuff is meaningful. That lets me know what's probably happening for you, gives me ideas of questions to ask to go deeper. And then there are also all sorts of ways of utilizing your body to shift and move forward so that you can move along your path. And I'm here supporting the panel tonight. Like I run all these events. I'm so passionate about having community all together. And then a huge benefit for me opening to my own work, because I didn't realize in the beginning that I was doing anything intuitive. I'd been a scientist and I did legal work, and I learned a method for understanding people and archetypes for understanding people, and had no idea that I was doing anything intuitive at that point. And being around all the different practitioners and hearing all the different ways people practice has been a huge way that I've opened more and more to my gifts. So I love being able to put together panels to support other people, stepping in on their gifts and getting comfort, like sharing in public on stage. Right. So helping people through hopefully a slightly less awkward process than like I went through, and what some of us go through as we like toss ourselves up for the first time. Oh, great. Well, let's see. So let's have you meet the different practitioners. I'm going to put all of the practitioners that are on the panel tonight on spotlight. So just know you're all coming here, and let's wait until you're all up. And then I think we're going in the same order. So I think it's going to be Gio and then Thomas. And then we said, let's see, so Sara and Tiffany and Denise. And so hold on, let's get you all up here first. And then you'll each have 2 to 3 minutes to share about yourselves. And it's okay to take as much or as little of that as you want. All right. All right, go ahead, Gio.
Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Gio Lundgren, and I am an intuitive marriage and family therapist. My background is in psychology. I've always been fascinated by psychology. Also happen to have a law degree that I don't do much with. And then later in life, I went back to school for marriage and family therapy, which is what I've always wanted to do. I've been practicing as a therapist for the past 10 years with training, and before that was practicing without training. I specialize in solving problems. I'm very analytical. I do a lot of work with communication issues, resolving conflicts, and figuring out how to make small changes that will increase happiness and personal growth for my clients. So that's what I've been doing. I've also always been an entrepreneur. I've had many businesses throughout the years, always coming up with some crazy new scheme and running it myself. And I started realizing lately that I am very much led by intuition. And I didn't really realize that before. The reason that I'm becoming enlightened about that is I work for Laureli. I've been working for her about 10 months now. I mostly do behind the scenes stuff, and Susy has dubbed me the intuitive bookkeeper. So I do all the bookkeeping for MeWe fairs. But I also have a lot of intuitive skills, and I realize I'm probably claircognizant and clairvoyant. I definitely see things and I know things, and I really didn't know where it was coming from. So lately I have been called upon to combine the intuitive skills and the therapy skills. The way that I've been combining them seems to change because it's a work in progress, but it has been tarot and oracle inspired healing. So I may be pulling some cards tonight. I am very new at this, so be forgiving. So I pull cards. Sometimes I provide guidance from the cards. If I get a hit of some sort on the card meaning and then how it relates to the person's problem or issue, I try to do that. I did just make a Facebook page very recently called Intuitive Therapy with Gio, or Gio Intuitive Therapist. And I'm very happy to be here tonight, meeting all the wonderful new practitioners that are usually really amazing. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Gio. All right, Thomas.
Hello there. My name is Thomas J. I come from a long line of mediums, starting with my grandmother on my mother's side was a medium. My mother was, 2 of her sisters were, one of my sisters is, and then I had the ability, in which I pretty much, like most mediums, push it aside, only use it as needed. But then when my children started coming around, my youngest daughter was showing very strong abilities with connection to the spirit world. She was able to hear from her guide. She could see spirit. So it was pretty amazing. She could recall past lives. But before we could take her, to the next step, she transitioned to the spirit world herself. And so, of course, it was quite a shock. And I wasn't going to let her just disappear into the other side of the veil. So I thought it was time now to hone up my mediumship skills. So I started working with Suzanne Giesman here in the United States to work on evidential mediumship, as well as Janek Nahovic there at the Journey Within Church in New Jersey. I live on the East Coast near Washington, D.C., so in case that gives you a perception of where I'm at. And then sitting in circles, I met other mediums, worked with a lot of other mediums. They led me to working with teachers at the Arthur Findlay College over in England, where I was introduced to trance. And I've been working with the trance instructors over there. Andre Dvorak is the main one. I've been in his mentorship program now for quite some time. I was bitten with a bug, so to speak, of trance. I love doing trance. It gets you such a deep connection to the spirit world. I love it to use it to heal people. There's nothing better in my mind, in my soul, than to heal another person. And it's such a deep healing through and through, and gives you such great peace, and you can feel the love of the spirit world. And I also get bathed in that same love. So it's quite an experience even for me each and every time I do that. And along the way, the trance speaking started coming out, which is like channeling. That's when my guides or the angels will come through me and give you messages. I'm currently also working on the trance mediumship, which is when one of your loved ones comes through. Have not yet mastered that ability, but that's actually quite an emotional experience. So I can do the trance healing, the trance speaking, the evidential mediumship. I've also been trained on angel cards, the angel oracle cards. I work with Kyle Gray over in England. And before that, I actually worked on tarot cards for many, many years. So I was a tarot card person for quite a bit. So that's where I'm at right now, the trance work, the trance mediumship, trance healing, the angel cards. And I also do automatic writing through my daughter. So we're writing a book. We've been working on it for about a year now, and we're almost done. It's about our adventures together as a medium in training since her transition. So that's where we stand. And it's been quite an adventure, and I hope to share it with you to bring you the peace that you deserve.
Thank you so much, Thomas. All right, let's see. I think Sara is next.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm based out of Portland, Oregon, and my journey started I started following my curiosity as I was working in the corporate world in marketing, and I had a passion for yoga that then evolved into Feng Shui, and I am a Feng Shui consultant, intuitively very claircognizant, and I do a lot of consultations virtually too. And I work with energetic space clearing of spaces in homes, apartments, offices, and just tapping into the energy of the home and balancing it with the people that live there, and just, clearing it, because there's so much that is happening in our home spaces. And I'm a breath worker, so working with not only the chi, the prana within our home space, in our office space, or businesses, they can be restaurants, but then working with the prana within our physical body. And it's a very amazing healing modality. And so intuitively, when I work with clients in the breath work, I can also notice physical things that may be showing up, and how to clear those, how those might be attached to parts of our stories, parts of our patterns. And that too can link over into our home space. So they're kind of like intertwined. And sometimes they show up in both, or just working on what is happening in our lives. We have a lot going on. So I work with clients remotely and in person, and intuitive, claircognizant, and just working with like whatever somebody's going through, whatever they're sharing, talking through that, seeing what comes up, working on that physically within our bodies, and then also looking at our home space and how we can energetically start clearing it and upgrading our lives so we can become our full essence of truly who we are. So it's an honor to work with all these amazing people on this panel, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Sara. All right, Tiffany.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany, and I'm in Seattle. About 5 years ago, I spent a year in India traveling, and I had a spiritual awakening. I also learned Reiki levels 1 and 2 there, and crystal healing. I have been through quite a journey of dealing with unwanted spirits, and so I've finally completed that part, and I'm clear now. And so I'm really focusing on using my gifts of channeling and intuition. And so what I recently have been doing is creating collage art cards and using them for readings. So here are a few of them. And I'm also a life coach, and I love art and creativity. And so I'm kind of trying to intersect my spiritual, artistic side and the part of me that really likes self-growth and helping other people reach their goals and their dreams. And so I'm happy to be here, and I look forward to working with you.
Thanks so much, Tiffany. All right, Denise.
Hi, I'm Denise Segler of Guy's Girlfriend. Oh, wow. It's, like, where do you start? Honestly, even as a small kid, as a small child, I always felt like there were things there that I couldn't necessarily see. And I would talk to them. I was always that kid that talked to themselves a lot. Sometimes I would just be like, it kind of sense something like, oh, hello, how are you? And I couldn't necessarily hear anything back from them, but I could sense them, so I would speak to them. I've always been able to sense energy. I've always had a sense of, like, if somebody tells me something and if it's true, I'm like, I can literally feel that it's true. If something's a lie, I'm going like, yeah, I don't think so. If it's a lie of omission, I get like, I don't know about that. And there's not a lot of people who can, I found now that more people who can do that, but at the time I wasn't really around anybody who could. So I spent a lot of time kind of squashing it, because again, you get looked at funny when you talk to yourself a lot, and people, didn't know how to act if I would just be like, no, try again, please. They'd tell me something like, no, and it's like, but this is I don't care what it says in some book. I don't know, like, that isn't true to me. Anyway, but no, I couldn't really find anybody to help me work through that, I guess. And I kind of squashed it and gone on with the business of living your life, just growing up and trying to fit in as a teenager. And I got married, and I had children, and eventually I moved out here to the Seattle area about 15 years ago, and there's a wonderful community out here of pagan individuals and of other psychic individuals. And I finally found some great people who could help me learn and hone my skills. So I've been doing this for about 5 years now. I'm an ordained priestess through Universal Life Church. I'm a Reiki master, and what I'm here today is also a channel, and I'm an intuitive oracle card reader. Now, being a channel, that means that I can hear from my guides, and I hear them in complete sentences, the same way that you hear me as I'm speaking to you now. My main 3 that I speak to are my main 3 guides, Goddess Gaia, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Azrael. If you're not, most people know who Michael is. They know who Gaia is. They may not have heard of Azrael. He is the Islamic Archangel of Death. Death is a transformation. He is not scary. He's actually very calming and very soothing. And then I read oracle cards as well. If you're not familiar with oracle cards, they're another divination tool similar to tarot cards. You maybe don't get as much information from them, but you still get good information. And one of the great things about being an intuitive and being a channel is that I will sometimes get information from my guides, kind of extra little information, like mention this or talk about that. And so I'll pass that along to you as well. So yeah, I can be reached at gaiasgirlfriend22@gmail.com. And I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to get to work with all these wonderful practitioners. Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Denise. And then practitioners, just from listening to each other, is there anything else that you want to share? Feel free, if any of you, there's something else, just go ahead and jump in. Doesn't have to be, but just in case there is, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I resonated with what Denise said in terms of the reading energy from people and kind of knowing whether something is right or good, or I had the same problem or same situation, but not the guides talking to me. So that's cool.
Right. It's being around a community of others like us is part of how we learn to listen to ourselves, right? To know that the information we get is okay and that it's okay to talk about it. Do any of you, just anything else? Just want to make sure it's open. You have a chance. All right, great. I will turn off the spotlights and put us back here on gallery for a moment. Spotlights off and more people keep coming. Yeah, so this is, so these are the 5 people on the panel today that will be answering your questions. Right, it's free to be here to listen and learn. I've been putting information in the chat. And I know we have a first question that Dory's going to get to ask. We had someone donate. We had a couple people donate today. So thank you so much for your donations. And, yeah, so I'm just checking to see if anyone else is in line. It's a small price to ask a question of the panel today. It is $8 to $12. We ask that you pay before you get in line, before you ask. And after you pay, if you could let us know in the chat that you paid, that would be great. I'll make sure I get you in line. And you can pay by PayPal or Venmo, or I can run things on Square. And then just, Dory, before we have you go, just a couple other things to set the stage. So when someone asks a question, when you ask a question, we may go deeper than you want, or we may share about other topics that you don't want to share about here, where it's recorded and it's going to be posted online. And that's fine. We're here to honor you. So whoever asked the question, when it's your turn. So please, if we go deeper or outside the bounds of or anything, you can let us know ahead of time what you want us to stay.
Well, I want to know. I want to know everything and anything you see.
That's great. Dory, if you could just hold on for one moment, please.
Sorry.
And then it's okay. And then, but so if we do at any point, if you ask a question, we go outside, please let us know, interrupt us, unmute and call out, or wave your hands in the visuals field so we can see, and we'll change course to honor you. We also request that for all of you, like it's free to be here to listen and learn, and we believe everyone's intuitive. So this is a great opportunity to open to your intuition, to see if what comes through you is similar to what the practitioners share. You might want to have something to write with as people are answering, because if something comes through you, often whatever awareness you have doesn't stay very long. They often just kind of dash away. So if you write it down, it might help you ground whatever it is. And then if you want, after we've finished answering someone's question, we request that you let the attention stay up on the panel while we're answering. You're welcome to write that person and chat privately and find out if they'd like to hear what came through you for them. Please honor whatever they share. If they want to hear, go ahead and share. And if they don't want to hear, please, if you could just keep that to yourself, know that it came through you for some other reason. Appreciate it very much. And just, they might be full after they hear answers from everyone on the panel. So just please aim to not take that personally if they don't want to hear. All right, great. I think, yeah. So just, Dory, I wanted to make sure you knew that before we get you up here on stage. I want to make sure everyone knows that too. So we're all set in the people today. All right, great. So great. So let me get you up here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you just repeat it one more time? Because I just came in. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
No, you're good. It's that if we share in any way that you don't want us sharing, please let us know. Please redirect us and let us know what you want us to stay focused on. And then also, when you're done, it's possible that someone else that's not on the panel today may have a message for you. So they may write you in chat and ask you if they can share. And it's up to you. You choose if you want to hear or not. And so if you say yes, they might share more insight with you in the chat afterwards. So just, you know, that might.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. So Dory, could you just share for us again? What is What is your request? What is your question?
It has to do with financial. I've been having a very, very hard time financially. I've been going through a lot of stuff. I have a parakeet that just got over being really terribly sick. You could hear him. I think I thought I was going to lose him last month. So I've been having a really hard time emotionally. And I have my own business, and I promised myself I'd never work for anyone else again. And it might be time to break that promise to myself. And because I feel like I'm in financial prison, and I want to know if there's any other options, or is it that time to break a promise to myself, which I really don't want to do.
All right, great, great. I'm anticipating one of the practitioners will really connect with you with your bird, and we'll see.
Yeah, he's on the other side of the room.
Yeah. All right, great. So, and I know this is gonna, and if you want to stay on camera, you can, you don't have to. I'll spotlight the other practitioners as they answer. So practitioners, if you are, if you have an answer for, am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Dory? Okay, great. Yeah, if you have an answer for Dory, just raise your hand in Zoom and let me know that you're ready. And I'll bring you up here on Spotlight with Dory. Yeah, just while we're waiting, maybe I'll put myself up here too, so you're not the only one that's up here. And so part of what's challenging on this panel for Susy and me is like, we love to answer. We're used to being able to answer, and like, we can't answer today. So we got to stay quiet. Oh, great. And I say, so it's the practitioners in training that are on the panel that you can raise your hand and come up to the front. We have openings for other people to ask questions, and I'll put the information in the chat again for if you want to ask a question of the panel. Yeah, so everyone else, if you have any insight for Dory, we ask, please, if you could just hold it to yourself until we're done on the panel, and then you're welcome to write Dory and see if she's willing to hear what you share. All right. Yeah. And Susy and I are supporting everything. This is true. So if you're not, oh yeah, that's great. So Sara, it looks like you're ready. Could you just raise your hand so I can, right? Raise your hand in the Zoom. Yay. All right. Sara is ready, coming up to the front. All right, there you go, Sara. Go ahead. Aim for like 3 minutes, but it's okay. Somewhere in that zone. It's good.
Yeah. So Dory, thank you so much for sharing everything that you're going through. It sounds like it's hard. It's really hard. So I shared a little bit about my background with Feng Shui and energetically and such. So I have a few questions that will kind of then guide through, hopefully some additional guidance for you. So in your home space, are you in an apartment or home or sharing it with others? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh,
there.
sorry. Okay. I rent a room in somebody's house, and they're downstairs. I'm upstairs. I'm very happy where I am. But I have a room. It's almost like a studio apartment. I have my room, my own space, and just a bathroom. It's like a studio. And we shared a kitchen area, and I have my freedom here. I'm divorced, and this is the first time I've lived in my own space, and my ex-husband was a hoarder. So, you know, I'm very happy where I am.
Yeah, congratulations for being in your own space. That's awesome. How long have you been there?
About 3.5 years, actually.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. So this is just kind of some guidance because you have a lot going on. I would intuitively look at, meaning you intuitively, what is the space in your home that you don't feel like the best in? Like you might get a little anxious in. What room in your studio space, your specific space?
I think you're talking about my ex-husband's apartment, because we're still in contact and he is constantly asking me to come over and be in his apartment. I think that's what you're picking up on, because this apartment where I live, I love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. So no, specifically in your space, your apartment where you are, just where you are.
Okay.
Understanding it's a studio space, but when you're in your space in your apartment, and not in the others, like lower. What area, like, do you feel a little anxious in?
I don't feel anxious, not in my room at all.
Okay, all right. So also what's coming up is to work on clearing out any type of space that's very cluttered. And it could just be a drawer or a box. And as you're cleaning that out, ask yourself, like, okay, what should I be doing? What should I be doing for a job? What's going on energetically? And setting that intention when you start to clear that box or a drawer.
Okay.
And then
maybe
I
I have a lot of notebooks in my room. I know I need to make a better space for my notebooks. Maybe that's what you're picking up on.
Yeah, so look at like organizing like something. All right, so since you shared it was your notebooks, put it, organize them. The other thing I want to ask is, what do you have going on with your throat?
I feel like one of my characters in my books is she's an artist, and because I'm a fiction writer, and one of the characters, I came up with this quote for myself, like, she roars but nobody hears her, and that's how I feel like no one's hearing me as loud as I scream. That's what you see with the throat. And I got chills in the back of my head when I said that. That's truly how I get. Like today, I've been blessed just to be able to answer this question, and I see that there's people that do care, but the majority of my day-to-day life, she roars and nobody hears her.
I hear you, Dory. So thank you for sharing and being with your voice and honoring your voice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for hearing.
Thank you, Sara. All right, Tiffany is up.
Hey, Dory.
Hi.
So I pulled 3 cards for you.
Okay.
And this is the first card.
Okay.
So what I do is I just speak from the card's perspective and just intuitively and channel what comes to me. Okay. I am the one that needs to draw boundaries and say no. I'm the one who needs to protect myself from those that want to hurt me and do not have the best intentions for me. I need to figure out what it is I truly want and need. My message to you is to protect yourself, not just out of fear, but out of love, love for yourself, and self-love. Okay. And this is the second card.
Okay.
My message to you, I am the one who is looking in the reflection of who I am. I need to take responsibility for the situation I am in. I need to see what part I have taken in getting to where I am. I am the one who feels sorrow, but I know that I can get through this. My message is to keep going, to find that inner strength, find the resources and people who can help you. Okay. And this is the third card. It's the heart chakra.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Heart chakra. You draw these?
These are made with magazines and photos and some pictures on the internet.
Very beautiful.
Thank you. I am the one that needs to slow down and drop into my heart center. I need to follow my heart and what I truly want for myself. I need to do what's best for me and not what is expected. My message to you is to continue to work on your business and try to stick it through.
I feel that. I feel like every time I say to myself, oh my God, it's time to get a job, it's time to break my promise, something is screaming at me, no, and I just don't see another way.
Yeah, just
So
listen to that.
Yeah, I think it would be such a betrayal of myself to do that. Like the last job I had, I was working at a pharmacy. I was a billing specialist, or what, I don't even know my title, but something to do with medical billing. And I just literally sat there. I couldn't press the keys on the keyboard because I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. I knew I'm doing stuff. I'm a reading tutor and I'm an author, and I teach children in Africa. Like I teach virtually, and I'm doing stuff that matters. And if I have to lessen myself and work in some office, and I don't mean to be offensive to anybody, because I was working with a business mentor and I said something like that, if I have to lessen myself, and he said, oh, who the blank do you think you are? What do you mean lessen yourself? And I don't mean that to be offensive at all. That's just the way I feel. I feel like I have more inside of me, and I can't afford to be sitting at some job for hours per day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well,
I can't afford it emotionally. So I felt like I was in prison at whatever job I was at. I was bullied when I was working for somebody else. And now I feel like I'm in prison because I have no money, but at least I'm have my principles that I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
So,
Integrity.
which prison is acceptable, and neither one is acceptable, but I have to get in front of the right people, and have people see my value and the boundaries. I actually made a name. I call it Boundaries. After my name. Boundaries is a big thing to me.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. Yeah, so thank you, Dory, for sharing more. We've got more practitioners in line ready to share insight with you. All right,
Thank you.
Thomas.
Yeah, hi, Dory.
Hi.
As I was trying to tune into you when you first mentioned your question, the feeling I was getting impressed upon me from the spirit world was for you to try to be more open to what they're bringing to you in your path.
I've heard that.
Yeah, you're putting these walls up and you're shutting down the opportunities. This doesn't mean you have to go out and find another job per se, as you do keep yourself busy with these other avenues that come your way. But maybe it's not quite the one that they want you to take yet. That if you have your blinders up, you're not going to see the signs. So they want you to be open and be receptive to what comes your way, not keep all these walls up, because then you won't see them. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense, because I go to a Reiki person. I try to go once a month when I can't afford it. I missed this month because of the bird and because of my financial issues. But she said to me, the universe is saying, like, what do you want us to do? And it's like what you're saying to me. And
right.
I can't read the signs. I don't know what they're trying to tell me.
Okay. Well, one way to do that would be basically to, I don't know if you do this or not, but try to meditate. Just calm yourself down. A little bit. Take a break. Take some deep breaths. Just take a break. Go for a nice walk in nature, whatever it is, to disconnect yourself from the busyness of your life. Because the busyness of your life, the financial stresses, these are all creating barriers for you. You need to get a break from them. And then your monkey mind as well. Just say, I need a break here. Calm yourself down and just in peace say, hey, I'm willing to listen. And they'll start bringing you the messages. Also, before you go to sleep at night, ask them to send you some information while you're sleeping is to send it to you in a dream, and then
Okay.
have them wake you up when the dream is over so that you'll remember it. So it's important
Okay.
to have paper and pencil next to your dream, next to your bed. Also, then I pulled a couple of angel cards for you, and interestingly, they were in line with what Tiffany was saying. The first one is harmony and resolution.
Okay.
Now, what that means is, let me read it to you. Make sure. They're trying to help you resolve any conflicts that have been disturbing your inner peace. They're asking you to call in the light of God and surrender any concerns you have so divine can help solve them.
Wow.
Yeah, basically they're saying to you, you have some conflicts, you've been disturbed by some challenges, you've got some conflicts, and they want you to let them go, not get so enwrapped in them.
I have been completely traumatized by money, by my financial worries, because it's been going on for 6 years. Like my business is 6 years old, and it's like it's a newborn business.
Okay, understood. So they want you to try to get harmony in your life and not get caught up in that, what's pulling you in the other direction. But on a different note, they just told me to tell you, you need to look at money as not an object. Look at money as a vibration.
Vibration.
Money, it's a vibration, and you want to call this vibration to you. Okay, you want to basically call it to what it is. As humans, the human has a spirit in us. We are co-creators of our reality. And so when you think things are going to happen, they quite possibly may happen because you're asking for that to be created in your reality. So you want to call to you and co-create good things, not negative things. So if you want more finances in your good financial fortune in your life, call it to you. Say, hey, spirit world, I would like to receive financial abundance, financial rewards in my life. So envision and, create in your life, even though it's not happening quite yet, but you want to call to you the vibration of money.
Okay.
This will help increase your finances. You got to trust me. Say, hey, I'd like to have it increase my financial well-being in a good way. And you think it through.
Wait, so spirit world, I'd like to receive financial abundance. That's what I say?
Abundance, yes, exactly. Ask, ask and you shall receive.
Okay, ask and it is given. I've heard it.
Yeah, you co-create your reality. So don't create a negative reality. Create a positive one. Love yourself. Yeah, that actually comes to the next card. The next card I pulled for you was compassion. Compassion. Have compassion for yourself.
Exactly.
Yes. Time to love yourself now, Dory. You've been through a lot. It's time to take care of Dory.
Okay.
Treat Dory the way she deserves to be treated. Love yourself. Have compassion for yourself. You've been through a lot. Okay, but you don't live in the past anymore, so don't look at the past. You're not going there. You're going forward. Look forward. Treat yourself the way you deserve to be treated.
Okay.
Have compassion for yourself. And then the last card is composure. Composure has to do with, it has to do with when you have conflicts, you want to try to keep the peace in your life. Let me read it to you, get more specific. Composure.
Keep the peace.
Okay. Keep the peace in yourself. What it is all the ups and downs you have faced, all the insecurities you have overcome, all the setbacks you have happened to you. It's time to move past them through your resilience and your strength. So have compassion, respect for yourself, and hold true for yourself. And then composure. It's time to have your equanimity, which is the state of which you refrain from reacting to a situation out of fear or separation. So basically hold your balance, hold your peace. Okay, so it's like taking harmony to a deeper level. Have the peace. Don't get caught up in the BS of what's happening. So something negative is thrown at you, say, no, thank you. I'm not interested in engaging with it. Keep your inner peace because you love yourself.
And I get this, having compassion for myself, having composure, I get it through meditation.
Yeah, one way to do is meditation. Actually, a good way to do it is deep breathing. Just take some deep breaths. Go through your nose real quick. Go hold it. 2, 3, 4. Let it out real slow.
Yeah, I feel it. Compassion is a big thing for me. I'm extremely hard on myself.
Well, yes, you've got to. No one should love you more than you love yourself, because you can always count on yourself. So
Yeah.
love yourself, take care of yourself. There's some really good videos on YouTube. Look for some good videos. One I just posted recently on my Facebook page was the violet flame, VIOLET, the color, the violet flame.
Violet flame, yeah.
Yeah, Archangel Zadkiel helps oversee the violet flame. That's a cleansing meditation. Takes about 8 minutes. Just
the name of the meditation
I guess
is
Thomas,
Violet Flame.
Thomas, what might be great is maybe if you could put in chat the links to the different videos that you're recommending.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I can do that.
Great.
But yeah,
Any
it's
notes you
violet
want to
like
share
the
and
color.
tying it up? Yeah, and pulling things together.
But very good. I'm getting long-winded here. But yeah, Dory, take care of yourself. Love yourself.
Thank you.
Look for some quick meditations. You're very welcome.
Thanks so much, Thomas. All right, great. We've got Gio next.
Hi, Dory.
Hi.
I pulled these cards before everybody started talking, and it's kind of interesting what they came up with. So I pulled 3 tarot cards for you and 1 oracle. And so what we got was, let's see if we can get this to work. So this is the 7 of Cups, and it basically talks about choices, lots and lots of choices. And you said you were struggling with choices, that you felt like you had a lot of different things up in the air.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this card is all about. So it recommends, really pondering each of your options, kind of sitting with it a bit, and really trying to investigate what the best choice for you is.
Okay.
And then ironically, the very next one is the 4 of Swords, which is rest, meditate. This is a card of no action. This card basically says you're not supposed to do something right away. You're supposed to pause, which of course, because you have all these choices, that makes sense.
It's very difficult. Like a catch-22.
So this one goes right along with the suggestions of breath work and meditation, and just really thinking about your options, because you had a whole lot of options in the first card, and this is saying that the way to figure it out is looking within, meditation, breathing, waiting a little bit. And then when you see the next couple of cards, it kind of makes sense. So after the waiting period, you're going to be busy. So this is the 2 of Pentacles.
So, can I ask a question?
Sure.
It's the 7 of Cups was the first card. What was the second card? The
second one is 4 of Swords.
4 of Swords. And the third?
Is the 2 of Pentacles.
2 of Pentacles. Okay.
So this starts to make a little more sense. So Pentacles have to do with wealth, money, success, material things. And the 2 of Pentacles in particular, you can see that this witch here is juggling or holding or balancing some pentacles, and also balancing on a balance beam. So that means there's a lot going on. Of course, the cat is about to upset the balance beam, but so this is basically a choice. Yeah, right. But she's maintaining her balance, and so it's and there's also an infinity symbol up here. There you go, kind of sort of,
because it's very bright.
Right.
Oh, yes, I do see. Oh, wow. He's
so
holding
the infinity. Right, kind of means that infinite options or infinite good possibilities. But it's also a busy card. It's a juggling. It's a trying to figure out how to make it work card. Having to do with material goods, possessions, and money in particular. That's what those pentacles and coins represent, money.
Okay.
And then to wrap the whole thing up, what you are really supposed to do is expect a miracle. So this is the oracle card, which is supposed to provide some guidance and closure for your tarot reading. Expect a miracle, and what it says on it is something will come into your life that will serve your healing. So be open to it and express gratitude when it occurs. And know that the world becomes a vessel for the divine when you see the divine in all things.
Has it come already? Have I missed it because I'm blocked? Okay.
No, because I mean, the combination of, where do we go?
Susy, I'm in danger
Yeah.
of breaking my rules, by the way, too. Gio, could you read the last line of that one again?
Of this one?
Yes.
Your goal is to know that the world becomes a vessel for the divine when you see the divine in all things.
It becomes a vessel for the divine when I see the divine in all things. Okay.
And it says, expect a miracle. It will come into your life. So it hasn't happened yet. Plus, this also indicates awaiting. This, as I said, this is a card of no action.
So
no action, but a lot of choices. That was back here with the lots and lots of choices.
Beautiful. Will I miss it? Am I in danger of missing it, or it's coming no matter what?
I think it's coming, and you will be so relieved because it will feel, I mean, just now, personal advice coming from my own intuition. You should definitely be doing something you love. Like, it's so important.
I am doing what I love. I'm doing work that I love. I'm just not, it's not profitable.
But when you pursue what you love, that's where it's just going to work out. You know, I mean, you might have to do something in order to just make some money to pay some bills, but your future is definitely going to be doing what you love. And it's, according to these cards, is going to work out, but it'll take some juggling and some hard work.
So much.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks so much, Gio. All right, we've got Denise now.
Hello.
Hi.
Part of the fun of going last is that, like, I drew my own oracle cards, and I've heard what other people are saying, and like we're all getting very similar things. It's just a slightly different spin. And I kind of love when that happens, because it means that you're going to hear one of these is going to resonate with you, and it's going to click, and you're going to be able to go with it. So the 3 cards that I have gotten for you, the first one is Follow the Moon. And this is talking about patterns and cycles, waxing and waning, and figuring out where and how you fit in those cycles, how you connect to all of it. And so that ties into all of these choices that you have, that you're facing right now, as we saw in some of the other cards and some of the other things that came up.
And that's why I feel like my head's about to explode.
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on. The second one that I got is Nourish the Soul. And this is about doing the things that bring us peace, that bring us joy, especially. I think this is really important when we're going through a lot of stress, because it's hard. Like we're talking about, as Gio said, expect a miracle. And you're trying to figure out what to do. It's hard to think when we're panicked. So if you can do something, and it doesn't have to cost money. Maybe it's a long hot bath. Maybe it's a short walk on a trail. Whatever it is that brings you peace.
I sit by the water every day, and I write. That's what I do for myself. At least every afternoon, I try to get there. Even if it's raining, I sit in my car and write.
Yeah. And the third one, and I think this is really important, especially hearing some of the stuff you've said, is wash away your burdens. And this is talking about forgiveness.
Okay. That's
forgiveness, compassion, letting go of your regrets, and forgiving yourself. You understand that you are meant for more than a 9 to 5. And I love that you realize that, because and that you're trying to do it. There's so many people out there who feel like they don't belong there, but they do that because that's all they know. And you are stepping out to do that, to do what it is. If push comes to shove and you've got to get something that's like part-time or whatever, you're not a failure. You are, you are doing the best that you can. Don't beat yourself up for that.
But I'm breaking a promise to myself if that happens, and that's like it feels like a personal a self-betrayal.
And I hope it does not come to that for you. I don't know on that, but sometimes I don't know what to tell you beyond that, but I do know that
from what I'm hearing with all the cards and everything, the mix of everyone's messages, it feels like that's not going to happen. Feels like,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. It just feels like that the miracle is going to come eventually, and I just have to hold on in the meantime.
And I think you're right, but let me give you a little thing that I've learned, because I'm going through some stuff myself. Blame does not help you.
Okay.
Guilt does not help you. It does not. I have had to let go of so much guilt and so much blame with myself, and it does.
How did you do it?
How do you do it? You finally just decide, you know what, this is holding me back, and I can't let it hold me back anymore. I have things to do. I have places to go, and I'm going to let this go. And even if you let it go, you might pick it up again and have to drop it again, and pick it up again and have to drop it again. I do that.
That's the journey.
It is a journey. That's true. But that's what this card is talking about. Okay. You know?
And what's the name of that card?
This is called Wash Away Your Burdens.
Wash away your burdens. Okay. I'm writing it down. I wrote down, wash away your burdens. Blame does not help you. Guilt does not help you. And meditate on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that's what I have for you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Denise. And so Susy and I will both jump in a little bit and just say some things to kind of pull together everything that the practitioners have shared. Practitioners, you have done lovely, wonderful things. And Susy and I just want to make sure a few things get landed, I think. So go ahead, Susy.
The practitioners' responses were spot on, and
I felt it.
Good. So I would just want to reiterate that using language in a way to support yourself is important. I've heard you say, I feel like I'm betraying myself or breaking a promise. This is a this is a twist in your journey, and you can follow it, and you can take that. I ask you to be aware of your language, saying things. You say a lot of things that are present. I am breaking a promise. Change that to say, I am finding my path. I am going that way and doing it. And that's going to help shift your perspective. It takes practice.
Okay.
So immediate gratification, that's not part of the spiritual growth path, because we would all be in nirvana. It takes practice. And breathe. Thomas was talking about taking that breath. Add that to your thing. When you start to go into this place, breathing slows you down so that you can listen. And that's my next major point, is to listen first. You've reacted with us beautifully, emphasizing, yes, I hear you in that. But now, as you're working on shifting your perspective, take the time to listen and trust what you are hearing. And I wish you will.
I have to do it. Yeah, I have to do it for myself. I don't trust my intuition. I trust it when I hear it from somebody else.
It takes practice. You can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So just a little bit, I'll say, so just like that statement, like Susy was suggesting, changing your words and your tense, I would say that make that past tense. I used to not listen to my intuition.
Okay.
Right. And just, I loved the last line of Gio's card. So for me, what I see as the answer is in the last line of Gio's, the last card she read. Everything can be the divine. And so for me, your commitment, you may have used some different words, but the commitment that you made to yourself is, I'm going to be on my path and I'm going to live my purpose. I'm going to work for myself. And so sometimes the pathway to get from here to there, as Susy was saying a bit, it isn't necessarily the straight line that we imagine. Sometimes there's a wall that shows up in our way, and the thing to do is to go out and around it. And so taking a temporary step somewhere, it would be different if you gave yourself a job that somehow you trapped yourself in and you created no way out. And if you took a job that was in the most possible alignment with your purpose, used your energy as little as possible, and you got the money that you needed, and then you continue to put the rest of your energy time right into growing your purpose, you're not actually, do I say? Well, saying never or either or can be a big trap, and it just sounds like you the way you said it in the beginning and the way you said it to yourself
About betraying myself.
some years ago, you set yourself up so that you might get caught in this. And so what
Yeah.
you're learning is the way to be the most true to you in the moment.
Okay.
The right, the end of Gio's
It-
card. Everything can be the
might-
divine, including working for someone else for a while.
I'm sorry.
Said everything can be the divine, including working for someone else for a while. It can be a much better person that supports you.
What I wrote-
You just never know.
What I wrote down at the end of the card is become a vessel for the divine and see the divine in all things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all things, including sometimes working for someone else. I had a client, a consulting client in the beginning of the pandemic that wanted to put me on payroll because they had money they could pay me through payroll. So if I had said that, I wouldn't have gotten that client, and I was willing to be on their payroll.
Wow. Okay.
So practitioners, you all did great.
So did you work for that client or no?
I did. I worked for them for, I don't remember, I made like $3,000 working for them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So that's the answer that you see for me?
I'm saying I treated them as a client, and technically I was on their payroll.
Okay. So you treated them as a client, but technically you were their client, or you worked for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. And I feel like this was a gift. Like it literally was a gift for me tonight from whoever, and I'm so grateful. I feel like I got a present. This was beautiful.
More than one person donated, and so it just, you know, and they may support other people too. But so yeah, so we're supported in many ways tonight, and thank you for.
And I want to give that blessing back when I can. I'll be coming back to these events. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right, let's see. Let's get us all off spotlight. And all right, we've got someone else in line to ask a question. All right, Shayla, where are you? Wow.
I'm here.
Okay, great. Let's get you up here on spotlight. All right. And I don't know if you were here in the beginning. I just want to share too. So were you here in the beginning when I talked about how this is recorded and how to set yourself up? Great. Okay, just want to make sure you know. What is your question tonight?
I think right now I am struggling. So I went back to work. I went back to school. I'm trying to do some inner child work, but I'm really just struggling with it all. Where do I begin with the inner child work? What needs healing? Like when I go meditate, I don't get anything. So I'm just kind of out here floundering.
Okay, so you're looking for advice from the panel on how to engage your inner child work or whatever else comes up for them around that topic. Is that right?
Yeah, that'll be great.
Okay, great. All right, practitioners, raise your hand when you've got something to share. And am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Shayla?
Yeah, it's Shayla.
Great. Great. Yeah. So let us know. Yeah. And I guess maybe I'll ask a question while we're just like kind of settling in. What gives you the sense that you ought to be exploring inner child work?
How do I answer this? I guess I'm just going back to the beginning. I feel stuck. So it's like, okay, you have this awakening. It's like, okay, so you go on Google and you do all this research. And it's like, oh, chakras need to be open, et cetera, which I struggle with those as well. Like, I don't know what's open, what's not open. So I'm just starting at the beginning, honestly, like trying to figure it out and find my way.
Great. Thank you so much. It's great giving us a bit more context. I'm just taking notes on everything so people have notes on what you shared. Yeah, and congratulations for being curious and wondering and like delving on this journey. It's great. All right. Susie, I'm just going to put you and me up here just so she's got company up here on the spotlight while the practitioners are getting ready. Yeah, great. All right, we got a practitioner ready. I'm going to bring Sara up here. All right, go ahead, Sara.
Hi, I like going first. This is amazing. So I had to step away while the other the previous person as the other practitioners were giving feedback. And I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, I keep on getting kitchen and keep on getting kitchen. This will be interesting when the next person comes on. You're in your kitchen. I love it. Okay, so your home, I don't know if you heard a little bit about me. I'm into Feng Shui, energetic clearing, that kind of alignment, that kind of stuff. So my response is a little bit different than other people's, and it's not that it's bad or good, it's just a little different. And a lot of times I have little things to like, hey, look at this, or like do things. It's like, so there is some work. I'm not going to like give you all the insights, but like there's a little bit of work that will help you get the answers, if that makes sense. So are you in like, what's your home space? Is it an apartment, a home? Do you share it with others? Like,
It's a home that I share with my significant other and my children.
awesome. Okay. So how many levels is the home?
One.
Okay. So when you're in the front, okay, when you walk in the front door of your space, the main door that you use, I'll just say that, what is off? All right. So you have the way back right corner, and then you have another area, and then another area. So like when you walk in the door, you walk off to the right, there's a space, and then there's another space, and then there's another space. So if we're kind of like put in.
Sarah, I just want to jump in just to give kind of, it might help. Shayla, which door do you enter?
The front door.
So Sarah, say a little bit more grounded for me of like what the spaces are, because I'm not quite grokking.
Oh, that's fine. So when you walk in the front door, what is off to the right side? Like what rooms are off to the right when you walk in the front door?
To the right side? What's in my right side? Nothing. Nothing. When I walk in the front door, off to the right, it's a wall.
It's a wall. Okay. When you walk into your home space, what's the first room you go into?
The living room.
The living room. Okay. And then off the living room on the right is what space?
Off the living room. Wait, hold on. On the right, that's my left. Off the living room on the right, it's nothing. It's a wall.
It's a wall.
But is it like it's the corner of the house that then goes outside afterwards, or goes to?
Yeah, it's just it's just the wall on the right side, just a wall. So I got like a fireplace and 3 windows. I guess you could say like a dining area, and then the back door.
Okay, thank you. So you made mention of like a dining area, and there you said there's 3 windows. When you look at the window space, I would look at cleaning the inside of the windows, and if you can, on the outside. And the reason I'm bringing that up is when we clean our windows, it allows us to get more clear and or open it up if there's shades. And the reason I'm specifically talking about this area is in this space, and also what I'm getting is that is for your creativity and children. So it's that inner child work that you're looking at, like kind of like cultivating and seeing what's there. So when you see what's there, it's like getting clear on the space of whatever you might be able to clean or clear up. And as you're doing that, well, you'll get insights yourself in regards to what other people are going to say here on the panel in that. So that's my takeaway for you. And if it resonates or not, but look at the windows, if you're able to, definitely cleaning the inside. And a lot of times we'll be like, oh, they're clean. And like, it isn't until we wipe them down there, we're like, oh, they're a little bit dirtier than what I thought, you know? And we're human. We're not like, we always like, it wasn't until we wipe them. So that's what I invite you to do in that space. So it will help you, Charlotte, to also get more clear with inside you, and for you to be able to see like intuitively, like what's next for you in that. So anyway, thank you.
Got it. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Sarah. We've got Denise next.
Hello. I've done some inner child work myself recently, and it's interesting stuff. I've drawn 3 oracle cards for you, and I'm going to give you some of my experience as well. The first one is the one we saw a minute ago, wash away your burdens, talking about forgiveness. When we look back at, when we're kids, we're pretty darn childish, and we say and do things that we look back and we go, ooh, you were a kid. Try to forgive yourself for that as much as you can. And especially, I think you mentioned that you have children yourself. Okay, yeah, I have mine are 23 and 26 now. And I had my first one at 23. And I sort of grew up alongside them in the early going myself. And so, yeah, there were some pretty cringy moments for me when I look back on some of this stuff. But, but forgive yourself, because you're looking back on you're learning, and when you do this kind of work, it's because you're trying to grow, you're trying to be better. And, when you know better, you will do better. And it's a constant process. But be compassionate with yourself as you're moving forward with it. The second card is Embrace Spirit. And I love that it has a bird on this, because I have an affinity for birds. That's just me personally. I would say that if you believe in divine, whatever divine path you follow, if it comforts you to think of that walking alongside you as you're looking back at your childhood, go with that. And this is part of it can be part of a spiritual journey. I mean, spirit can be found in all things. And it's wonderful that you're doing this kind of work. It can be so rewarding, but it's so difficult to do. Not everybody has the courage to look within and want to work with this and do this kind of work, because it can be heavy. And the third card I've pulled, Embrace the Dark. Now, this doesn't mean go rogue and become an evil sorceress. What this means is that, very few things are absolute. Very few things are black and white. And you're going to uncover parts of yourself that you don't like very much. You're going to uncover parts of yourself, again, that are kind of cringy. Try to be forgiving of yourself. Try to learn from that. Try to grow past it if you can. Very few things are black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray. When you do this kind of work, you're gonna run into stuff like shadow work. And I think that's a little bit about what this card talks about as well. And that is looking at the parts of you that you're going, oh, I'm not really that proud of that. But we learn and we grow and we change. What I would like to share from my personal experience with shadow work is, if you don't know where to begin, maybe begin where you're the most comfortable. Because once you kind of get used to it, like if you had really happy times when you were 6, maybe start working there, just to throw out an age. And then when you get comfortable and you get used to it, maybe you'll go back to, oh, this happened, something else that happened that was made you a little bit more uncomfortable at a different age. You can work to that, and then you'll eventually get to where you're working through really deep stuff. But if you have to take your time and build up to it, that's totally fine. So I would say start wherever you're drawn to start. If you keep coming back to something that happened when you were a certain age, you can start there. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It is your journey. Absolutely. And if there's something that you feel, you're not a failure if you tap on something and you go, oh, wow, I'm not ready to touch on that yet. That's okay. You don't have to tackle it now. Tackle the things that you're comfortable starting with and build up. I'm blown away that you're willing to do this. This is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Denise. All right, Thomas.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi. As I was tuning into you when you first came on, the very first thing I can tell about you is actually you are very intuitive. You know
So
this.
I've heard.
Yes, you know this. You know you're intuitive. So this should be a fairly easy path for you to take. You're making it harder than what it really is. First thing, that listening to what you said, you need to work on clearing out your stuck energy ask for assistance from Archangel Michael, Azrael, and Metatron to clear away energies around you that are not here for your highest good. Ask for the energies, any entities, any spirits to be cleared away and taken away and kept away from you. Okay. You also want to work on your grounding. Get grounded to the earth. The earth is a very powerful grounding. Just go outside barefoot for a few moments. Just take it all in. Ground yourself. Get that energy moving through you. From the top chakra down through your feet. Get the energy flowing. So you don't want to be stuck in you. As far as not quite sure what to do, you can also ask Archangel Michael for some focus. But basically, just pick a topic that you're drawn to and just stick with it for a little while. There's a whole bunch to choose from. You're drawn to lots of things. You're very versatile. Pick one and stick with it. Okay. You got too many irons in the fire and you're scattered. Your energy is scattered and you're not getting through. You're not getting it done. Okay. Just pick something for a little while until you get a little bored with it. Okay. That's what I picked up from you. And I drew 3 cards real quick for you from my angel deck. And the first one is self-acceptance. Okay. You've been through quite a bit in your life. Okay. And you have a lot to be proud of. You made it through your challenges, you made it through your experiences. Accept it. Accept who you are. Accept that you have abilities, that you are triumphant, you are successful. Accept this. Don't let people tell you that you're not. You are. You're very good. You're great at your life. You're great at being a mother. Just accept who you are. Okay. And what you've accomplished in life, you've come very far. You're like trying to find something else to fulfill you, like looking for schooling or working, whatever it is. Be satisfied with what you've already done and who you are. Okay. Again, go back to loving yourself. Love yourself, embrace yourself. And then it talked about, next card, courageous and bravery. So when you do embrace yourself and look at your life, be brave, be courageous. You've come through a lot. You've been through a lot. It's not a weakness to be brave. It's just take it all in. And then when it all settles down and you're going back on your path, the path that you've laid out before you came here in your life plan, perfect timing will kick in. So as you try to force things to happen, watch, choose this path or that path or this path, take a step back for a second, go to where you're drawn, to where your heart leads you to go. And then within perfect timing, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen, not when you want it to happen. Okay. You cannot force things to happen. You're not really in control. We think we are. Okay. So I hope that helps you out.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Rely on your intuition. You have it. Use it for yourself, for your family. You don't have to share it with everybody else. You can keep it for yourself. But take advantage of it. Work on it. Build it up, because it's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the better you'll get at it. Okay. It doesn't, if you sit there and not use it, it gets all dusty, it's not gonna do you any good. So the more you use it, the more in tune you will become with your higher self. And then, because your higher self knows all about you. There's no secret.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much, Thomas. And we've got Tiffany.
Hi, Shayla.
Hi.
All right, so I picked 3 cards for you. And this is the first one, eggs.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna see what comes up. I am the one in the womb. I am ready to emerge, new beginnings and transformation. I am the one who wants to be seen for who I am. I want to see myself for who I am. I want to find who I am and figure out what this life means. My message is to start at the beginning. What is your first memory? Okay. And I hope this isn't inappropriate. Okay. I am bare. I am naked and still. I am vulnerable. I am in the fetal position, laying in the woods. I am one with the earth. I am going back to Mother Earth. I am strong. Vulnerability may seem weak to others, but I know what it means to me to connect with myself and others. And this is the last card. It's a banyan tree, and you can see the girl climbing it for scale. I am the one who is climbing, and on this journey, it feels deep rooted and challenging at times, but I want to connect with myself and where I came from. I trust this tree that I'm climbing. It is nourishing, it is connected to the earth, solid and grounded. My message is to find what nourishes me and what keeps me rooted to myself. So I think it makes sense to have the eggs, because I know you said you want to go back to inner child work. And I think this represents maybe a new beginning for you with your work. And when I saw this one, I kind of thought maybe ancestral roots with all the roots of the tree. So I don't know if that's maybe part of what you're curious about, but maybe going into your ancestral line with kind of finding more about who you are. But yeah, that's what I have for you.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me read for you.
Thanks, Tiffany. All right, and then Gio is next.
Hi. So I have a ton of different decks, and I use this time to kind of just pull a bunch of different cards from a bunch of different decks, and none of them seem truly helpful. So I went to one of the things you asked about is, how do I begin? How should I heal? Like, what should I do? Like, concrete advice, because it sounded like you had a lot of possibilities, right? So I ended up pulling some cards from a deck called Wisdom for Healing, and it gives actual real advice. So this is what we got. So maybe one of these will lead to something productive. You know, only you will know that. So first card is examine unfinished business. Okay, and then it gives like an actual suggestion. So it says, so just listen carefully and try and figure out how this applies to your life. Identify one piece of unfinished business. This could relate to a person or a task, and then do one thing to bring it to closure. If you find you're unable to do so, you've identified a major power leak and a serious block to your healing. Your goal is to understand that all experiences either make you bitter or better. So that's at least a concrete thing that you can try. So look for unfinished business, try and bring it closure. And if you can't, that's something you need to work on. So that's one. I got a couple others here if you want to just So this one is enhance your physical health. Today's lesson, think about how you view yourself as a physical being. Do you perceive yourself as weak or strong? Do you tend to make excuses for why you're not proactive in your healing when you see what can and should be done? Your goal is to initiate one positive action in your life to enhance your physical health. That one's easier, possibly not as profoundly helpful, but definitely easier to.
No, my diet is terrible. So, I mean, I work inside, so not much going on there. So that makes sense.
So maybe take a walk, clear your mind, you know, something easy. And then the last one, sum it up, is accept life's challenges. And this one says to reflect upon the things that you've been called upon to endure in this lifetime. Remember, we're all presented with obstacles as a way of helping us grow spiritually. Your goal is to examine the challenges in your life and make peace with them. So again, a concrete thing to actually do and see if that takes you closer to what you're trying to accomplish.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good luck with your journey. I'm excited about it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gio. All right, so practitioners, is there anything else that you wanted to share with Shayla? Just give you an opportunity if anyone else wants to jump back in before Susie and I kind of close things up. Anyone else? Okay, great. Susie, is there anything you want to share?
You know, they all hit on. I love these sort of panels when people just like, I make notes and it's like, okay, you got it. Working on your, I like the idea that the technique or the tip that Denise gave is to look over your life and find that one thing that's easier to resolve. Unless you've had an incredibly traumatic life. I can't help. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. If you do have an incredibly traumatic life, ask for help. So coming to these events or, you know, even YouTube or any sort of podcast will have meditations to help you. If I may check in, it feels to me that there's a sense of you're not doing it. And it's not that you're not doing it, it's just there's so many things in front of you. Thomas hit on it, you're really intuitive. And I kept seeing your eyebrows waggle too. That was cracking me up. So again, we go into that trust what you get, trust what you feel, and understand you're not alone. That's a big thing. Really, I mean, everybody really hit on a lot of great stuff. And so that's my contribution, Shayla. Good luck.
Thank
And, you know, we're here for you, honey. Truly.
Thank you.
Yeah, they hit on great stuff too. I completely agree. And let's say you're clearly someone who aims to grow. And I think you hold yourself to a high standard. And so the ideas of going slowly, trusting that you're doing a great job, start in the places that are easier and expand. And yeah, those are all great. So many things that they shared are great.
Thank you.
Is there anything, Shayla, is there anything you want to share just with all the practitioners of like, in summary of like what you impacted?
I think the one that resonated with me the most is go back to my first memory, I think. And even, for example, because a few months ago, I took a photo album from my granny's house and I was just, you know, like I say, trying to do the inner child work. And I noticed I was drawn to a specific picture when I was a kid. And then yesterday, while I was driving home, like my late teenage years are kind of brought to the forefront. So I was like, well, maybe that needs some attention. So, I mean, I was given some really good advice. And even as they was talking about it, I was like, oh, well, these are things that was on my mind yesterday. I got to carve out time and create time to kind of meditate now because my life is a little chaotic right now.
And the meditation and that breath work is going to help you focus too. It'll give you that time. I mean, meditation for me is not sitting there for hours and hours and being able to levitate. Sometimes it's just let me breathe. Oh, look, here's a stoplight. Let me breathe. So just taking that moment, and that'll calm down that chaos around you. It puts you in that I in the center of your life. I think that's an excellent way to start. Well done. Good thinking.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you so much, Shayla, for stepping in and letting us answer a question. All right. And next we have Amber. All right. Amber is here and ready. Let's get Amber up to the front. All right, Amber, what is your question?
Yeah, I'll be really brief because I know Spirit knows what's going on, and it's been a really long year of being in a really dark spot. And I learning more spiritual things, how everything that's on the inside is on the outside. And I've been asking for a lot of healing, and I don't know if I'm not able to dig inward, so it's manifesting really, 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 really hard on the outside. So I'm kind of just wanting to know what I'm not hearing from Spirit, and how much longer, and why, and is this why, and just, I need a boost.
I heard you said why, and then what did you say afterwards? Is this why? You said how much longer and why, and then
that's like just how much longer is this transition that I'm in. I'm meeting with a shaman next week for a deep possession, and I'm hoping that will lift a lot of things. So, but I know Lionsgate, and I'm a Leo rising, so maybe that's why I'm like feeling really, really down right now. But it's just been all year, so I'm here for whatever advice that I'm not able to understand right now.
all right, great, thank you. Yes, and you mentioned something that I meant to mention earlier. Today is Lionsgate, so yeah, today is the day of opening. So yeah, we just happen to be having this panel. We postponed it from last week, so we happen to have this panel tonight. So yeah, great opportunity for opening tonight in particular. All right, so practitioners, who let me know when you're ready by raising your hand so that you have an answer for Amber. All right, and Sara is leaping in here again. Let's get Sara up here. All right, go ahead, Sara. Oops, I accidentally muted you again. There you go.
No, that's good because I have a hard time unmuting myself. Hi, Amber. So what is coming up for me? So you have a lot of weighted energy on your shoulders energetically. And then I noticed you were on, so you kind of heard some of my feedback, how I intertwine everything. Your home space that you live in, how many floors is it?
It's 2 floors, but I live in a duplex with really dark beams.
Like, it's hard to hear you. So you live, your unit is 2 floors?
3. I have the basement level, and then the living area, and then the bedroom. So 3.
Okay. All right. How long have you lived there?
Almost 5 years.
5 years. And in the last year, that's when things just haven't been moving?
Yeah.
Do the people above you, when do they move in?
The same time.
Like 5 years ago?
No, like a year ago.
Okay. So there's a lot of heaviness above you. So because you live on, like, if there's 3 levels and you're on the lower level, a lot of times we take on a lot of stuff that's above us that isn't ours energetically. Something you can do from a Feng Shui perspective is if you can buy mirrors, like at Michael's or anything, or you can get them online, you want to reflect that energy up. So what's happening is you're taking on a lot of stuff that's above you, and that's where there's a lot of heaviness. So how to reflect that up, and if you can have if you have lights that shine up, like kind of have them on a little bit more to help lift up that energy. And if there's anything that's above your head, above your bed, like above your bed. So on the wall behind you, if there's any bit of heaviness there of the wall, or on the wall, like decor, just take it down. Like there's a lot of heaviness that's happening. And then you know what you're doing physically in your body. If there's anything that you can do, like a yoga or something to help with the movement of lifting this up energetically. So that's kind of my feedback. And I wish you the best in all this. Everyone like gives amazing advice and stuff. So I just look at things energetically. What can you do physically in your space? Because things happening physically in your space is also a reflection of what's happening in your body. It's all intertwined. It's all energy. It's all breath. It's all prana. Another thing that's also coming up is looking at your front door, how you come into your space. Make sure that the front of your door and the back side of it, clean it. It allows fresh new energy in. So if you have a doormat, looking at your doormat, if you do or don't have one, it doesn't, but if you do have one and it's outdated and it's gnarly or anything like that, then I would look at getting rid of it. Also energetically, what does it say on it? You may not have one and that's totally fine. But definitely clean the outside and the inside of your door, because that's where the energy flows into your home space. And that is fresh new vitality, fresh new energy, fresh new ideas. It works miracles. But I would look at energetically lifting up the energy above your head. Just intention is huge. Mirrors help. Lights shining up, and anything that is really heavy along the top of your home space. Actually, I'm gonna go back to all of it. If there's anything that's really heavy, like a heavy piece, just take it down for now, like, because it's weighing a lot of the energy down energetically within your life, within your space, and also within your body.
And Sara, could you just clarify about mirrors? Like, so to put mirrors flat on different surfaces so that it reflects up, is that what you're saying?
Yes, thank you. Okay, so you have a mirror, and you know what? A lot of people have like a cosmetic mirror or like things like that, like extra ones around. So if it's flat like this, the mirror is reflecting up. So it's reflecting everything up, taking everything, pushing all of it back up into where it belongs, because it's not yours.
And someone just mentioning inexpensive mirrors are okay, right? So just get inexpensive, just mirrors.
Absolutely. That's what I said, like Michael's, like a craft store. You might have some like an old compact or something that, or yeah. So any type of mirror, it can be a small little one, but kind like in your case, I would, and they can, you don't have to know, no one has to see them. You know they're there. So like they could be on top of, oh my God, cabinets, like cabinets or bookshelves or something, or they can be in a closet on the top closet shelf reflecting up. The whole thing is it's intention, because you know it's there. You know that it's energetically reflecting up. And depending on like what one will do, but I mean, again, what feels right for you.
And Amber, did you have a question?
Yeah, the other duplexes beside me, not above me. Do I still want the mirrors up or to the side?
Sorry, so you have neighbors next to you?
Yeah.
You have neighbors next to you and above you?
No, it's a house with two duplexes in it. So they're just beside me.
Oh. How many floors is your place? I misheard you.
3.
There's 3. You're in the basement. There's people living above you?
No, it's a duplex. So it's like a house and a house together.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Which floor are you sitting on right now, Amber?
I'm in the middle floor.
Who's above you?
The bedroom. There's nothing. It's just my house.
Okay. Then sorry. So your side of it is 3 levels.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I'm still getting, there's a lot of heaviness right above your head. It's above you. So you said the people moved in next door to you a year ago.
Yeah. But they do that like astral projection. So I definitely know what you're feeling.
So you're saying they energetically impose, and they impose a lot. You can feel it. So I guess so, Sarah, I know we got to move on to the next person, but just
Yep.
would you recommend changing the position of the mirrors at all? Like, should you do them to the side and above, or what should she do?
Yeah. So you have some heaviness above you too. Do you use sage yourself? Do you sage your place?
Yeah, every day.
Okay. All right, good. That's helpful. So thank you, Laureli. I would take the mirrors and put them and reflect them back to on the side. I apologize, I misheard you. So use the mirrors along the side. They could be in like up against the wall, and it's the shiny part of the mirror. The shiny part is reflecting towards the wall. So you might see the ugly backside. So it could be in a closet. It can be where like behind a picture, reflecting it back to them.
Okay.
Great. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sarah. Yeah, and like Amber
Thanks.
experiment. All right. Denise is next, and then we have Tiffany, Thomas, and Gio.
Okay, hello. I've gotten 3 oracle cards here. I've heard a little bit from one of my guides, and I want to share with you something that I use, a technique that I use that might help you. I'm going to go through the cards first. The first one is show that you care. And this is about reaching out if you need help, or reaching out and offering support if someone else needs help. And you are absolutely doing that. And I love that you are, because as I'm looking at you, I can just feel like you are sort of kind of overwhelmed, and you don't have to answer that if you don't want to, but I know, like I'm in an RV, it's a small space, and I felt kind of overwhelmed by a lot of people around me, and so I use a mirrored shield, and this is, nobody's told me I can't share this, so I'm going to go ahead and share this. This technique was somebody else in the community, pagan communities, created it, and they passed it on to a friend of mine who passed it on to me. If you can imagine like a buckyball, like a carbon, if you've ever seen a carbon atom that's a buckyball, basically just a big circle. Imagine that in your heart, like the sphere, and you make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it engulfs all of you. And then imagine that it has, like, you know, I usually just think armor, and I see all of these mirrors flying in, and this is mirrors on the inside reflecting what I send out back to me, and mirrors on the outside reflecting what anybody sends towards me back at them. And I put this shield up. It lasts about 24 hours, and I do it once a day. And I fill my inside of the shield with all of the things that I want in my life. And I imagine it as a rainbow filling it in, because I imagine passion and excitement and compassion. And like passion and excitement would be red, compassion would be more like pink. Joy would be more like yellow, success would be more like orange. And like I have colors for these things, and it basically fits a rainbow. And so I imagine that shield, and it starts in my heart, just a sphere in my heart, and it gets larger till it surrounds me. And then I fill it with mirrors. And anything that people are sending towards me gets blocked away, and anything that I send to myself gets amplified. And I've had to start doing that because I was picking up on the energy around me, and it's helped me to shield myself from that. It's hard when you've got that energy around you, and if you're sensitive to energy. But that's something that you can try in addition to the actual physical mirrors. Every little bit's going to help. But that's my technique there. The second oracle card that I have here is reveal your truth. She's taking off a mask, reveal your truth. And Michael, Archangel Michael, said to me, your truth is beautiful. Your truth will shine. And I just have this image of just bright white light when he says that to me. It is just, it's stunning how gorgeous this is. And the final card I have is stay strong, because it's not easy. There's so much energy right now. I mean, I am feeling this. I can't imagine what it's like to be a Leo. I'm an Aries, so I don't, but I can't imagine to be Lionsgate and a Leo in the midst of this. That's got to be a lot of energy coming through for you. But stay strong and shield. There's a lot of people here who are you're reaching out for help. That's wonderful. If you don't talk to a counselor, you might want to look into that. And I say that as someone who spent like 11 years in counseling. And it really helped me. It's not for everybody, but that's another route that you can take. And I wish you the best of luck. And you are just, God, you're going to shine. You're going to shine.
Thanks, Denise. We've got Tiffany next.
Hi, Amber. So I originally asked for what you need, but then I re-pulled some cards for what you're not as aware of. So do you have a preference of what cards?
What I'm not aware of.
Okay. So the first one I pulled was this one. So it kind of represents like inner child. Okay. I'm the one that misses playing. I like to be creative and play with others. Sometimes I like to run around and scream for no reason. I'm the one who misses the simple moments in life, and I would like to reconnect with myself with simple play. And this is the second card. And for reference, this is Joan of Arc. I am the one who is brave. I am a warrior. I am fearless. I know what I want, and I'm unafraid to go after it. I have integrity. I know what I believe in and what I stand for. I am the one who goes into facing the dangers and fears of life. And this is the last card, just a woman kind of running in the grass. I am the one that is free. I am one with the wind. I am carefree and childlike, free-spirited. I like to pick flowers and sit in the grass. Remember to be one with who you are. Thank you.
Well, great. I'm just Tiffany. I just want to nudge you. Is there any way that you now tie all those together? How you would share? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So I think the first card and the last card really speak to being playful and free-spirited. So maybe being in touch with yourself and what you want to do, and not necessarily what others expect of you. And I think this card is similar to what Denise pulled about strength. So remembering that you are stronger than you probably realize.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tiffany. All right, we've got Thomas next.
Hello. Let's see, as I was tuning into you, a couple of things come up. First of all, you want to cleanse and protect your home. So if you go online and if you can find some house cleansing prayers from angels, and basically you can do that with the assistance of your angel team and with Archangel Michael, and have them perform and create a protective bubble around your home to help keep out all unwanted energies after you cleansed it. It's very important. Also, some crystals such as tourmaline helps absorb negativity, so make sure you get some crystals in your house. Also, as I'm tuning into you, I was getting some headache in the back of my left side of my head and some anxiety. So I think that you've got this maybe something you're feeling right now.
Do you want me to help with salad or something?
Also, it's important if you ask your protection guides, because everybody has protection guides, and Archangel Michael to protect you in all directions as well as above and below. So you want to have the protection around you personally as well, okay? So those are the basic things I was picking up from you, but my daughter in spirit told me to do some quick healing on you because you are in need of healing. So I'm gonna try to do it as quick as I can. Usually it takes several minutes, but I'm trying to get started for you, okay?
I'm just checking, just always, go ahead, Thomas, what did you just say?
I'm gonna perform some quick healing for Amber. Are you on mute or are you participating?
Yeah.
Okay, hold. All right, are you ready, Amber? Okay. I'm going to invite you up to my place of healing. Okay, so I'm gonna envision you coming up to my healing place where I'm waiting for you with my healing team, my Gracie guide healing team. So we're up there waiting for you. And here you come. Okay, very good. Now I'm going to connect with you, my energy to your energy. Very good, we got the connection. Now I'm going to ask for my healing team to form a circle around us. Very good. Can ask them to flow their energy through me to you. Very good. I can feel the energy coming through me. You should be able to feel something by now. Energy coming your direction. Very good. Excellent. I'm going to vacate for a second. I'm going to go quiet and let the healing energies do their work as I vacate the healing center. So stay where you are. The energy is shifting in my room here. I've got some pets in the room and they're getting all excited. They're kicking at the door now. We're getting all stirred up. Very good. Energy is flowing. Can you feel it, Amber?
Yeah.
Very good. This healing energy coming to you. Oh, very good. First, they're going to go to your aura, work on your aura, any kind of tears you have in your aura. They're going to try to heal that because generally speaking, any injuries and illnesses you have start in your aura first. I'm going to go to where your healing is needed, not where I tell them to go. They're going to go where they are led to go. I need to get myself out of the way. They're telling me to tell you to work on cutting your cords. You need to cut attachments that become attached to you. Cut them loose. Ask for assistance from Archangel Michael to cut your cords fully and completely. Let go of the things that are holding on to you. They've got their hooks into you. Good job. Very good. Okay, very good. Okay, they're starting to pull back a little bit. You should continue to feel their energy presence on and off for the next few days as they continue to work on you. It's important to keep yourself cleansed as well and to drink plenty of water. Thank you, Spirit World. Thank you. Thank you, Tuesday. Very good.
Thank you, Thomas.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
All right, Gio's next. Gio, you're muted. Okay, there you go.
Yes, I'm back. So this is a little lighter than that. So you asked for some sort of concrete suggestions, things to actually try that you could do. So I pulled 3 cards from the healing deck with actual activities and things to think about. So the first one, someone also talked about color already. Denise, I think. Yeah. Okay. So this one is to notice subtle changes. Color is power. Select a color that you don't normally wear and introduce it into your wardrobe. It changes the energy in your field, including your sense of self. And your goal is to discover how subtle changes can increase or decrease your comfort level. So I feel like this kind of goes along with the stuff that Sara had to say with the mirrors and the reflecting, and what Denise had to say about the bubble, that you're definitely in need of changing your situation, the energy of the atmosphere around you. And so this is suggesting that you do it with color. You know, maybe wear bright yellow or something that you don't normally do. Or, well, it says to experiment specifically with trying out different colors that you don't normally wear and seeing how they make you feel. And if any of them do seem to change the energy around you. So that's one concrete thing to try.
Yeah,
And then, yeah.
Shirt. I just bought a bunch of yellow shirts. Like,
Did you?
Yeah.
Because that could combat the darkness. And also color definitely affects your mood. And it's a reminder, you know, if you're wearing a color that you, obviously I like blue, but I also like green a lot too. I have my malachite egg that brings me a lot of joy. It sits right next to me here because I love green. But anyway, so experiment with color and see how it affects how you feel. Next is see the synchronicity. And this one says to take note of all the synchronistic happenings and coincidences that occur on this day, being a Leo with Lionsgate. I thought that was kind of appropriate. And know that nothing happens by accident. Your goal is to appreciate the divine details that are woven into every moment of your life. So appreciating noticing the synchronicities and appreciating them, and looking for, I would say, positive ones, because yeah, I definitely am getting the energy from you is heavy and dark and sad. And the advice that I would have is, ironically, the next card, which is change direction. So first I'll give you what the card says, and then I'll give you my take on it. So today's lesson, know that healing sometimes depends on the strength, willingness, and ability to change direction. Many people postpone doing so for fear or laziness, and then they wonder why they're not happy and healthy. Your goal is to make one solid, effective healing choice by the end of the day that can positively change the direction of your life. So kind of to wrap up everything that everybody said, and advice I give often to clients is, if you don't like what's going on in your life, find one thing and change it. Because, well, I'm a systems therapist, systems theory person, and I often talk about, where's my finger? Like a cycle where something is driving something and causing something to keep happening. And people tend to come for help because they don't like the direction that something's going. And so the way I visualize it is like, if you have a wheel that's going down a hill or a snowball or something, you need to basically throw a wrench in it, like stop the motion. And that can be by making any kind of change. So it could be colors, it could be thinking about something differently, doing something differently, moving things around, but change something, definitely change something. And once the one thing has changed, it disrupts the pattern, it disrupts the cycle, and it allows for something brand new to happen. And that's definitely what needs to happen in your life. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gio. I'm just going to pull up the other practitioners too and see if anyone else has anything they want to share with you. And Susy and I may share something too. Yeah, so practitioners, if there's something else, feel free to jump in. Is there anything else you want to clarify or etc.? All right, great. So go
If I
ahead.
could
Did
say
someone
something
want?
real,
Yeah, go
if I
ahead.
could say something real quick, sorry, Lorelei. Yeah, Amber, I just dropped into me. For your personal healing, I don't know if you work with the angels or not, but you might want to start working with Archangel Raphael to bring in some healing to you, to help bring that to you, the green light of Archangel Raphael to do a thorough cleansing of you and healing of your mind, body, and soul. So just something to think about.
Thank you. I do call him in and Archangel Michael, but Raphael for the big healing. And every day I'm going to keep doing it.
Okay, great. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, great.
Don't forget about the protection too. Not just the healing that you need, it's the protection you need as well.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, practitioners, anything else? And I know Susie had something she wanted to share.
You ready? Okay. Hey, Amber. Dragon comes through and mirrors. Imagine them grander and larger than just a small one you can get. Encompass your world, just as Denise said with the buckyball, encompass your house with the mirrors to deflect that energy back to those neighbors. When you speak to your shaman, speak of manacles. You have been manacled in place so that you cannot move. Allow the manacles to dissolve. Cords, they are striving to keep you restrained. Calling on all the beings you have at your beck and call, that is, all of those beings will step forward and help you as you set your protective up. Sage is not enough. This is an excellent day with the Lion's Gate and the new moon and all of these energies coming forward for you to take on your natural dragon form and blast their workings away. Tiffany used the Joan of Arc image. She was strong. She was small, yet she was strong and fierce, and she had the force of God coming through her to blast them away. Use that strength, that aspect of your past lives to come through and to blast this darkness away. It is going to be, as you work, you will develop your strength and become stronger. They are hoping that you will succumb to their darkness. You must rage against it. Do we have more? We will work with you at any time if you wish. There is much to do, and we are happy to come to you in dreams to circle about your place in the all four cardinal points above and below, if we may. It is only with your consent. Do you agree?
I call the dragons in very often to cleanse the energy. Yes.
Not do more than cleanse energy. Have them blast it back.
Okay.
Yes, we are good. Thank you.
Maybe I'll just say the littlest bit, Amber, that if when you were young, there was someone that was very strong and it wasn't safe to allow dragon energy through you to fight back, to blast back with that person, know that you've made it. You made it through childhood, you're here now, and it's safe now. You can blast that energy now. You have to be willing. You have to let yourself feel that safety. You made it, you're here. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for letting us support you. All right. Well, thank you, practitioners, and everyone that was here tonight, and everyone that asked a question and supported others asking questions. I've put in the chat the link for giving us feedback about tonight. We'll enter you into a drawing for a free session with one of us of your choice. I'll just list some of the upcoming events, and then practitioners and training on the panel will have you introduce yourselves again. So it's on the video for people that watch later. So next Friday, this coming Friday, next week, on Friday, August 13, we have a panel on witchcraft and alchemy. On Sunday, we have our fair. We aim for about 15 practitioners. We have 9 on now, and we have some space if anyone wants to join us. Sunday, August 22, we have a learning circle where several of us practitioners will be offering exercises for you to expand and open your intuition. On Tuesday, August 31, we have a panel on animal communication and healing. And then Tuesday, September 16, we have another online fair. We have lots of in-person events that are starting in Washington, Oregon as well. The first one, the September there in Oregon, and then October we move up to Washington. I look forward to being with you at in-person events as well. You can find out more at MeWeFairs.com. All right, maybe let's go in the opposite order of the opening. So maybe we'll have Denise, and then Tiffany, and then Sara, and then Thomas and Gio, and Susy and me. All right, Denise, go ahead and take another 30 seconds to a minute and share who you are, what you do, and how people can reach out to you on the web.
Hi, I'm Denise Segler of Gaia's Girlfriend. I'm a channel and I'm an intuitive oracle card reader. I'm also an ordained priestess and a Reiki master. Being a channel means that I can hear from my guides, including Gaia and Archangel Michael and Archangel Azrael. I hear them in complete sentences, the same way that I would hear you. I read oracle cards. They're a divination tool similar to tarot. So you get the benefit of what the cards say, plus any insight that I might be given in the middle of the reading. I will pass it on along to you, and I can be reached via email at gaiasgirlfriend22@gmail.com.
Thanks so much, Denise. Okay, then we said Tiffany next.
Hi, my name is Tiffany. I am a life coach and intuitive. I have created my own art collage cards, and I use them for intuitive readings. And you can reach me at hellotiffanyt@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Sara.
Hi, I'm Sara Egert, and I'm based in Portland, Oregon, and I'm an intuitive, and I also incorporate Feng Shui, energy, space clearing within homes and offices and any type of space. I'm a breath worker, conscious connected breath, and a yogi, and use all the different modalities in the intuitive readings. And I have remote or virtual clients, and also in person. So it's nice meeting you all. Thank you.
Thanks, Sara. All right, Thomas.
Hi there, I'm Thomas J. I'm a trance medium. I'm located here on the eastern part of the United States, not too far from Washington, D.C. I work initially with my daughter, Gracie, who's on the other side of the veil. Of course, everything is done in her honor. And so the Facebook page that I work through is Gracie's Place of Spiritual Healing. I like to specialize in healing, although healing comes in all different modalities, whether it's through evidential mediumship, through trance healing or trance speaking, or even through the angel cards. Because I also work with the angels. I can do angel card readings and messages from the angels as well. So if you're interested in anything of that, please look it up. There's always also some good meditations and whatnot. I'm constantly posting on that page as well. So have fun with it if you want. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and I look forward to doing it again. Thank you.
Thanks, Thomas. All right, Gio.
Hello, everyone. Oh, I just lost my sheet. Hold on. Okay. Hi, my name is Gio, and I am an intuitive marriage and family therapist. I just created a Facebook page recently called Intuitive Therapy with Gio, and it talks about both the therapy that I do and the intuitive things that I do. So therapy wise, I'm an analytical problem solver. I listen to what's going on in your life and I figure out how to solve things. I also work on communication issues, resolving conflicts, and figuring out how to increase happiness, personal growth, self-esteem, how to make changes to feel better. Lately, I have had, I guess, a spiritual awakening and am paying a lot more attention to my intuitive skills, like I have a choice, right? I've been kind of hit over the head. And so I am being called upon to pursue the intuitive side of me in addition to the therapy side. So I'm experimenting with how to do that. So at the moment I'm doing tarot and oracle inspired healing in addition to the normal therapy that I do. And I am definitely clairvoyant and claircognizant and look forward to helping folks out. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Gio. And Susy, one of our trainers.
I'm Susy Parker Goins with Blue Lightning Healing and Blue Lightning Healing Meditations. You can reach me at Susy, that's SUSY, at bluelightninghealing.com. I've got a website by the same name and Facebook, and I show up on these events. I'm so grateful to Laureli to having me on, and I am grateful to the practitioners. You all nailed it. I'm so pleased. And thanks. I look forward to meeting up with everybody again soon.
And I'm Laureli Shimayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader and a body psychology coach. I offer my work a 40% discount for being here at the event. My contact info is in the chat, along with all the other practitioners that have been here today. I look forward to looking in your eyes and translating your soul and collaborating with you to see the best expression of you, and how you can better rock that and own that and take actions to express who you are in the world. You can learn more about all that we're doing at mewefairs.com, MEWEFAIRS.com. The link is in the chat for giving us feedback on today and getting entered into a drawing for a free 30-minute session with one of the practitioners on the panel of your choice. So Gio is the one actually that supports behind the scenes too, and she will be sending that out to you. I'm excited that she's opening to her intuition too and participating on the stage as well. Well, thank you so much, practitioners. It's been great having you here. I'm going to take us all off spotlight, and so we'll be all together in a big group. And then practitioners, stay. We're going to connect afterwards. We'll be together all as a group for a few minutes here. As anyone wants to unmute as they anything they want to share about today as they leave. And I'm going to turn off the recording and turn off the subtitles too in a moment.